Today's topic use of LinkedIn for connecting for networking of for the charter accountant and then we heartily welcome our today's speaker Rushabh to occupy dais. I request all to please rise for our motto song.
सुप्तेषु जागृति य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं परब्रह्मा तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यभिकश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Please be seated. Whoso video will be played.
Arthashastram, Dharmashastram cha. Mean economic principles, Arth, and ethical considerations, Dharma, which are central to the work of accountants. The entire world is deliberating about impact of climate change coupled with disruptions of artificial intelligence. India has given philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam to the world and successfully hosted G20 summit on this theme and also launched Global Biofuels Alliance. The accounting profession also has an enormous responsibility to guide the work, where accountability meets innovation so that vision can be converted into solution. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, being the world's largest accounting body after the successful hosting of WCOA 2022 and GLOBAC, proudly presents before the World Forum of Accountants 2025. Where accountability meets innovation for a sustainable planet. The world's brightest minds will exchange insights, explore emerging trends, and unlock the possibilities for the profession. Where foundation will be laid to shape the vision for the future of accounting profession. Hosted at Rushabh, the largest convention and exhibition center in the heart of India's capital, New Delhi, inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, is all set to host the congregation of accountants from around the world. And while you're here, experience the vibrant culture and heritage of New Delhi, a city where history meets modernity, offering unforgettable memories.
World Forum of Accountants, an experience of 3 days, insightful discussion, groundbreaking innovations, and unparalleled networking opportunities.
With immense pride, we invite you to WOFA 2025, taking place, happening from January 31st to February 2nd, 2025, at the magnificent Rushabh, New Delhi. Experience 3 days of insightful discussions, groundbreaking innovations, and unparalleled networking opportunities. World Forum of Accountants 2025 is where you need to be, where accountability meets innovation, AI for a sustainable planet. Join us at WOFA 2025 from January 31st to February 2nd, 2025 at Rushabh, New Delhi. details, visit wofa.icai.org.
It's my pleasure to introduce CA Rushabh Shah, sir. He is a distinguished investment banker with over 15 years of comprehensive experience in merger and acquisition, venture capital and deal advisory. Currently, he serves as the managing partner at STIR Advisor. Throughout his career, Rushabh Shah has excelled in guiding clients through every phase of deal-making process, from initial strategy and evaluation to structuring and execution, ensuring alignment with the client growth and financial growth. His in-depth market research and understanding of industry trend have been instrumental in helping companies capitalize on emerging opportunities, address challenges, and build long-term value. His expertise covers a range of industries focusing on fintech, healthcare, and consumer sector, where he applies data-driven insight to enable successful and sustainable growth. An influential voice in the field, Rushabh Shah has been recognized as a LinkedIn top voice, where he actively shares his insight on financial market and strategic growth opportunities, building an engaged community of professionals and true and thought leaders. His analytical approach and passion for knowledge sharing make him a sought after advisor and speaker in investment banking and consultancy. Thank you, sir, once again. Welcome you again. I request Governor Kumar sir to present shawl and memento to our speaker. Hand over to the speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you. This is my first time in Chennai, in fact. In my journey of around 15 to 16 years, probably this is the first time I'm coming to Chennai. So, good to be here. At the outset, this is a session on a very different and unique topic of LinkedIn. So rather than me telling like what it is, how it is, I just wanted to know why are you here? Like, probably, sir, I can see a lot of seniors out here. Sir, why are you here for LinkedIn?
Features available that I think I should explore that.
So I think, okay, fair enough. Can I request, like, this is going to be an interactive session, it is not going to be anything. I have just 3 slides, and then I will be probably helping you out with actually what you should do in LinkedIn. To be honest, today when I'm working, 70% of my leads or clients come from LinkedIn. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are not allowed under the code of ethics to do marketing. But LinkedIn is something that you can use it. So I would request if people can come ahead so that we can have better interactions. Because as I said, it's going to be interactive. I'm not going to be sharing knowledge and everything. It's going to be very interactive. So first things first, how many of us have a LinkedIn profile? Okay, can we have just a raise of hands? Anybody who doesn't have a LinkedIn profile? Okay. Then why are you here? That is more interesting because somebody who doesn't use LinkedIn, that is also sitting in the session, that's a good thing for me. To explore. Okay. So anybody actively using LinkedIn out of this? Yes sir, what are you using it for?
Sourcing the requirements.
Okay, so as Sir said, is using it for sourcing. Okay. And I could see a lot of people, a lot of good friends, probably of my age.
Recruitment articles.
Articles, okay. So for people who are not there on LinkedIn, he is using it for getting articles, recruitment. Okay, any other use case? I told already one use case. I get my clients from there without paying anything. I don't pay anything. I get my clients. That's one of the use cases. This is one thing. So let us understand what is LinkedIn. Who is the owner of LinkedIn? Any idea? There is a very famous company which owns LinkedIn. Right? Is it Microsoft? Microsoft owns LinkedIn. They bought LinkedIn. Right? Just to put a perspective, the world's population is 8 billion, around roughly 8 billion people are there in the world. Out of that, 1 billion people are on LinkedIn. That's the perspective that I'm trying to see. So let us understand a very basic thing. What is LinkedIn? Just like any another social media network, this is again a social networking platform, but this is for professionals. This is not for the Instagram influencers or the dancers who are putting their reels and everything. This is for professionals, right? Where we can connect. Right? I am from Ahmedabad. I don't know whether, like, if I was not doing something good on LinkedIn, I don't think so we would have ever got a chance to meet. Right? So it's basically a social media network where you can probably connect with like-minded professionals. You can recruit people. You can know a lot of things. Right? You can connect. Like for people who are in job, I'm not sure if there is somebody in the audience, but if you're looking for a job, you can connect with your own employers. All possibilities are there. And today what we are going to do is, how do we do this? There are certain very basic steps. How do you do this? Right? LinkedIn also provides resources wherein we can upgrade our knowledge. Let me give you an example. We all use WhatsApp. Any notification, any news coming out on the website or Google will be first coming to us through WhatsApp. We are a part of hundreds of groups. Right? This happens with everybody. The source, this can be the source for a company which is sourcing this is one of the early sources where we get information. Again, as I said earlier, we are restricted to market ourselves, right? Marketing is restricted in our profession. LinkedIn allows us to build our own brand. Let us try to understand what is a personal brand. Everybody knows about this company called Ola. Who owns it? Owner of Ola? Bhavish Agrawal. Today, when I come and ask people, you know, like Ola, then we also know Kunal Shah. We know Kunal Shah. He owns a company called Cred. These people have effectively used their personal brand so that you can remember what the company is. To give you an example, Bhavish Agrawal, the moment I mention that name, who Bhavish Agrawal? The owner of Ola. That is how it happens, and that is also something which we can use for our profession. Founded in 2002, it has more than, so this was an updated data. This I updated before a couple of years. This was a presentation which I made in Gurgaon. I also took a session on LinkedIn in Gurgaon. This was 2022 number. That time it had 700 million subscribers, users. And Microsoft acquired LinkedIn in 2016 for $26 billion. Just to put a perspective, $1 billion is equal to 8,000 crores. $1 million is 8,000 crores. Microsoft acquired it for $26 billion. When a company as big as Microsoft is buying, something worthwhile would have been done by LinkedIn. Rewind back to 2022, probably let us rewind back to 2 years before. I was as good as you on LinkedIn. I always used to go out on social sessions. I used to sit and try to understand. It was only in December 2022, after which I thought, there is something. I read this statement and then somebody paying 2 lakh crores 2 lakh crores for a company, there has to be something. That's where I started exploring what it is, because I have heard so many people, they are getting jobs, they are doing this and that, I was like, something is there which I am missing. Right? So this is what I say, LinkedIn is not just a platform, it is a powerful tool to build relationships. We are building relationships to that. And it is, for me, it is not a social media platform, it is a social selling platform. You can sell yourself. How, so, rather than, before that, how many of us are in practice out from this talk? And anybody from job? Okay, just a couple of them. So practice, we know how competition is there in the market. Everybody is aware. We are constantly trying to do something better than what the earlier auditor was doing, earlier consultant was doing. Right? Even if we are good, even if we are better, it is important for us to showcase it. Right? Let's say, for example, I am doing something, this sir is doing even better than me, and I am doing an internal audit, he is doing perhaps the quality that he offers is at least 3x of what I do. But if the client doesn't know that he does it, he is not going to get the work. So what he will be required to do, he will have to tell that, "Hey, I am doing this better, I am doing this better." That is nothing but what we are selling ourselves, right? We are trying to portray ourselves. So LinkedIn is actually a place to do that, right? That's the use cases of LinkedIn, pretty much what I discussed. It can be used for networking, personal branding, professional development, job opportunities, industry insight. That's it for the presentation. We are now not going to do any presentation. Rather than doing that, we are going to try and use LinkedIn. Right? Till now, any questions till now probably? Anybody? Okay, so we all use Instagram, Facebook, that is something which we all use, right? Now, just like what we call as influencers on Instagram, LinkedIn has something called a top voice. But this is a professional community. To be honest, this is a professional community. So here, like unlike an Instagram, where you just go out and do some dancing steps, you get an influencer badge, this doesn't work that way. Here what happens is you have to actually be showcasing yourself as somebody who really has the knowledge. So the first thing which came to my mind, I was not knowing what is a top voice and something. So India right now has 2,000 top voice badges given throughout India, like for all the LinkedIn users. So LinkedIn generally acknowledges the thought leaders of the profession. And I am one of the top voices of one of the 2,000 top voice badges given in the country. But I simply follow one philosophy. I write what I read. I write what I read. Right? We all are using technology, AI tools, a lot of things we are using, right? We read a lot of things. So I just simply do one thing. I write what I read. Now, for people who have not yet created a LinkedIn profile, or also for those who have created a LinkedIn profile, for both of them, I will take you through the basic steps which are very inevitable to create a very good profile where people will come and notice you. Trust me, this is something which I am sharing. It's hardly 22 months since I started posting on LinkedIn. I was not knowing anything around LinkedIn. It is just January 2023 I started. Today it's giving me clients, recurring clients. People from US, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, even Kolkata, there's one of the clients. So this is all things which is coming to me. First of all, I am not a practicing chartered accountant. I work in merger acquisitions and other fields. But I have so many cases where people start getting involved. Right? So that's the thought process. What we are going to talk in, how do you create a good, reasonably good LinkedIn profile? How do you make sure that you provide or you consistently do some good content, right? You share what you have learned over this years, and then how eventually in the longer run it comes back to you by way of a client. Praveen sir, I would like to ask you how many years it has been since you cleared your CA? Experience in number of years approx?
40 years.
40 years. So sir, to effectively use LinkedIn, you don't have to learn something new. You have to just use your experience of 40 years, that is post qualification, and the 5 years before that. Just use that, because we would have done articleship, you would have studied college. Just use that and put your content here. That's what has to be done, nothing else. Okay? So I made a list of things. The first thing, now I'm going to the basic 7-8 rules of what it is. The first rule, or the first thing that you see, you only realize the moment I opened up this profile, what did you see? It was a photo. It was a photo. Use a good, reasonably effective business photograph to be put here. Please do not ever keep your couple photos or anything out here. There are people who are doing that, that's the reason I'm telling. Use a good, reasonably good profile picture out here. Now, a lot of people would be wondering, I don't have such good photos, I have to go to click. You can use tools. There is a website called PFT Maker. PFT Maker, you can probably use your own photo. When you take a good photo selfie in any clothes, just upload it out there. The moment you upload it, it will give you options. The background and everything it will give you. And it will help you create this. We are living in the times of AI. This is very easy now, right? So the first, because the moment you see a profile, the first thing that you notice is a good thing. Let us see what people have done. Probably you see any profile you pick up, it would have a good profile photo. You can see any profile, right? So that's the first thing that has to be done. A good profile photo. That's number one. Number two, just below what you have written as your name, write your specialization. This is the place where a lot of us as professionals make a mistake of writing our firm's name. Partner at ABC and Company. This is the place where LinkedIn starts making their algorithms work. Right? As you see, I do investment banking, they have written that. I do M&A. I do public accounting insights on the, and I am an AI level, I also do reasonable things. This is a place where you should specifically talk about your skill sets. Direct taxes, indirect taxes, internal audits, risk advisory, whatever it is. Use this place, because the moment you go, somebody goes online and finds out like some good consultant on direct taxes, it's going to pick up from here. Right? You go online, and now the point is like today LinkedIn also has integrated AI into it. So how do you do this? I'll show you. So there is this pencil button. You go out here, it will give you an option about changing all these things. Now, this is called the headline. If you don't know what to effectively write, you can mention it out here, and it will help you write it out with your AI. But there are enough tools in the market which do that. So that's one. But keep a very effective headline. One thing which should not be done, you should not write anything and everything about your firm. I have a friend who has written 15 services in the headline. It is also very confusing. Do what you are good at. Fair enough? Please keep pause me where you probably need some more information or something. Right? The third thing. The third thing which effectively is noticed after, now this is not what I am saying, this is as per the survey done by LinkedIn. As per the heat map. Heat map is like the moment the person goes and where he does it look at. The first thing is noticed is this. Second is this. The third is the cover page. Go to any good website online and you can find out good cover pages. Say for example your firm is specializing in probably statutory bank audits, whatever be the, have a good thing, but have a good profile. Please do not keep it blank, right? Please do not keep it blank. That's the only thing. Keep it effective. You can probably Google good LinkedIn cover pages. It will give you 100 options, editable options. Fair enough.
In the case of the firm, do we have to be the partner legal or the firm legal can do?
So firm, effectively what happens is, just like Facebook, here also there are pages. So what essentially should be there, your firm should have a page and you should be a partner of it. I'll show you that is there, I'll show you how it is. So as you go down, go below, there are experiences and things which are written. Now STIRC advisors, it is there, right? So we have a page called STIRC advisors, and there in that itself you yourself create as partner and you do. But you can mention it out, but you should not just keep that. What if I write partner at STIRC advisors? That's it. If I write that, nobody is going to know what I do. Who knows STIRC advisors? How many of us know? Right? So effectively this is how you create a basic thing. Okay. Now one more thing. I think you told you use LinkedIn, right? What's your good name? Karthik. Well, Karthik, I think let's search your profile. You have a profile, right?
Yes.
K-A-R-T-H-I-K. The entire name is probably. Anybody wants to? Yes, sir. FCA Deepak, right? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, with all due respect, a good name, a good profile, yes. But out of the people who are sitting, what is it good at from this? How would you know? How many of us can make out from just this, except your friends? What is Deepak Rai good at? We don't, right? Because what's written? Yes, his skill sets are not shown, right? So imagine somebody sitting in the United States is wanting to give you work. He is not knowing what you are doing. Correct? Now, we use YouTube, we use Instagram, we use Facebook. There is something called username. We have a username, right? So I would have a username Rushabh MS, somebody, whatever usernames have. LinkedIn, for the people who are using, LinkedIn randomly gives any random username. Okay. Can you read the what is written in the top, the bar? linkedin.com/in/ that is visible?
Yes, yes.
It is written linkedin.com.in/ca-karthik-l-a747 something. How many of us can remember this? No one, right? So just like what we do in Instagram, just like what we do in Facebook or any other website, Twitter or anything, here also you can create your own username. How do you do that? Go to your profile, go to home, go to your profile, and there is this small button called public profile and URL. Just click that. It's going to open up a new page, and that's where it's going to ask you. There's no login here out here, so that's the reason it may not happen. But this is where you can probably change your profile. You can probably use your name, CA Karthik, and the username is available, that's given to you. Right? So somebody comes and asks you like, what's your username on LinkedIn? You can easily tell. CA Karthik L, that will be Karthik, right? Right now it was CA-Karthik-L, so that's difficult. So this is one of the very effective things to do that. And you pick up any good person, you would have done that. See this, the name. LinkedIn.com, I am Faraz. Revare Vishal. Right? So this is a very important aspect which you should do. Always personalize your username. Don't use any common. I think somebody asked about the firm. I think you asked, right? So once you have a good profile, these basic things are done, then you can go below and start seeing what are the other sections available. One section is about. Like as I said, sir, you had an experience of 40 years. This is a place where you get 3,000 words to write what you have done till now. What you have done and what you have achieved, because this is another place where the LinkedIn algorithm starts working. It will pick up your things from there. So as you see, this is what I have written for myself. Like, okay, what I have been doing it, like this much of an experience, this. Yes. And when you write this, it is going to ask you like, what are your top skills? So as you do this, you will be able to write your top skills also out there. Fundraising, litigation, auditing, accounting, consultancy, that's where you do it. Then comes your experience. I'm just taking you through once you're building. Here you have to write what has been your experience. So for people who are in job, there are multiple things. 1 job, 2 job, 3 job. One of the common mistakes we do is we just write what we do at one place. Like, okay, I'm a partner at this firm, but we don't mention what we do at that firm. So as you see, this is one of my assignments which is going on. So I've written, and I also written out what we do. So that will give you an idea about this. Second, what I do, this is where I'm based out of right now. Here, what we do. All the specific things which I've been doing, starting from my articleship also, I've written everything out here. But mention that because a good prospective client is going to check this. Right? Say for example, a company like an Infosys, they are wanting to give you some assignment, a local Chennai office wants to give you some work or something like that, they are going to see this, like what this person has done in the past. This effectively becomes very, very crucial. Right? Any doubts? No, please feel free to ask. Now, as you can see, this is a section where you get a lot of possibilities. As you start building your profile, you can explore this. This is a detailed thing. Like you can have your special services page. You can have your special page of services, what services you provide and everything. Right? Cool. This takes care of a good profile now. Once you do this, your good profile is ready. The basic thing which you need, a good profile is ready. Let me see if I missed out something. Experience. Okay. Now the profile thing gets out of it. Okay. Profile has been created. What next do we need for a good profile? Good content. Sirs, madams, just do not worry about finding out good content. Use your experience of what you have learned till now. That's it. will never be judged. A lot of people fear that what will happen if I write like this. We are not Virat Kohli, neither Narendra Modi. Nobody is going to judge us. One simple post, even if it is wrongly written, nobody is going to sue us. But at least put out your thoughts, right? One very important aspect that needs to be done is to put your own perspective. Let's give an example. There can be a change in the tax rate. Like say for example, there has been a change in the tax law. Pick that up, mention it out like the CBDT did this was a tax change. Sorry, pardon me because I am not practicing since 2 years, so I don't know the laws. But you can mention like as per CBDT, this was changed, this is it. My opinion is this will create a good opportunity for this industry. This industry will panic. Like example, GST on rentals, which was there, right? That is going to impact the housing societies, the PGs and everything. Use your own perspective, your own experience. LinkedIn values original opinions. LinkedIn values original opinions. Use a newspaper, read something, use your own perspective. Anything. Recently Adani was in the news. Pick that up, your understanding, your implication of the matter. That's how it works. That's how the LinkedIn algorithm tries to judge you. And this thing done consistently over a period of time will get you the top voice back. Right? So that's how it is. So very clear perspective. Give your own perspective. Give your own perspective. Today we are living in the times of AI. It is very, 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 very easy to copy and paste. Very easy. It won't take even 2 minutes. I can just pick it up, edit it and post it. But that will not go out very, virality will not be there. Like people will not value your content. So I think somebody of you would have read the news about Zomato CEO hiring a chief of staff. That was much in the news.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, Dipinder Goyal posted on a LinkedIn, on all the social media platforms, not just, he told that I am looking out for a chief of staff for me, who should be passionate and everything, criteria, but what salary, instead of Zomato giving salary, he told that that person will have to pay me 20 lakhs. So you want to join Zomato, you have to pay 20 lakhs. He told that because this is going to be a experience worth more than an MBA, so you have to pay. This happened in the news, right? Yeah, a lot of people would know that. But do we know actually why did he do that? Sorry? Popularity was one very effective thing, but there is a very, very, very important thing which happened, which nobody of us knew. In Chandigarh or Noida, I don't remember, let me show you something. Somebody posted on its social media channels, there was this restaurant, Naya Gaon place restaurant. The menu of this restaurant had only one thing. Only one thing. Juice. You see the price of juice? Yes. 1485. One juice. How much? 1485. Another restaurant. Bus Burger, same place, same location. Only one thing. Mojito, 1305. What was happening? This restaurant was selling prohibited illegal items, weeds, drugs and sort of things. This is what has happened. So Zomato had onboarded these restaurants without doing the due diligence. This is actually happened, and now Zomato had actually issued this in press that we have noticed social media channels, this has happened. Single dish restaurant, we have identified that were potentially fraudulent and they accepted that there was illegal things. So he had written, so Zomato might have listed prohibited items or worked around a way to list prohibited items. So this restaurant actually was doing it. Literal illegal items, prohibited items was being sold through Zomato. This came out in the news. Something had to be done to cover up. Something had to be done. And that is where Dipinder Goyal came out and did this thing. This is 1 out of 100 persons would know. The other 99 people know the other thing, that is he is hiring for chief of staff. Now, this is something which I read somewhere and then I put a perspective. Now, we do this likes, comments, repost, Instagram, right? LinkedIn has something called impressions. So how many people have read your post? For the people who are using LinkedIn, you go to your post and it will show you. Your impressions would be 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Just because this was an original thing, I just wrote it over. And you can see the impressions. So again, putting good, meaningful content is what matters on LinkedIn. Originality sells. Just this post gave some 100 likes and everything, whatever, but more importantly, after this post, it gave me 75 new connections of the restaurant industry. They have started thinking that I am good at understanding the restaurant economics, right? So now think of this from your perspective. You would be very specialized doing in audit or some consultancy services for a very specific segment. Put out certain things. Trust me, they are going to come back to you. One reality, we are always being noticed. Simple. We are always being noticed. As simple as this. I think Tirupati Balaji, we all know. Obviously, like around 2 years back, no, last year my in-laws went there, and as per the tradition, the hair had to be shaved off, right? That's the tradition. Now, I was like sitting with my father-in-law and was like, how does it work? Like, you have to sit in a line, what? And he'd explain me. And my question was, what happens to the hair? What happens to the hair? So that's where I came across, and I went to that the website of Tirupati Balaji temple, where they had issued a budget, and where they themselves had mentioned that Tirupati Balaji is a 250,000 crore empire. This is not what I am saying. This is what is written on Tirupati Balaji's website. So I just used it and again wrote it. And then again such things get viral. Yeah, so here it is. This is what I wrote. I was never knowing this, Tirupati. And this is again, as I said, I am not saying this. This is what was mentioned on their website. I just made our calculation. I gave my opinion and see the reach. That's it. Even a bigger thing happened after that. Like just, we had the famous Ambani wedding. Who of the world was there? One of the biggest thing was Rihanna coming out here. She had retired. Actually, she had retired. She doesn't perform anywhere now. So then why is she here? So that was when I studied, like when I'm being curious, and that's what all CAs do. Something good is happening, we'll always get down in the details. Right? Did? And that's when I came to know that Rihanna had a business called Fenty. She came here and they have signed a deal with Reliance. So all that was in the all was there in the plan. So this was a business plan. Rihanna came here, that was a business plan. Again I wrote it, the impressions went off. Now things like this when happen, people start trying to understand that you are so good at this, analyzing businesses. you are good at doing this, you are going to do this. That's how the things start working, right? So the thing which I am trying to tell, always use your own perspective while putting it out. Even there is a change in the tax rate, give your own perspective. Probably the sir has an experience of 40 years, somebody would have an experience of 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. Just put your perspective. From my understanding, this believes so. What happens is, if you are wrong, there will be people who will start coming and contacting you and probably tell you, no, this is wrong, it should be this. That is no harm. Like ultimately, it's like you are building relation, you are building a network. Though you are wrong, there will be somebody who will be correcting you, and that's how it is. Now, one very big shortcut or a hack to get viral on LinkedIn. Trial tested. Be consistent. Give yourself 45 days, not much, 6 weeks. Let's pick up 6 weeks. Every week, put out 3 posts. Minimum. 3 posts every week. That's it. Do this for 6 weeks. Just try and measure today the number of followers or connections you have and see what is there after 6 weeks. You'll know it. But no gap. Even if you are out on a holiday or something, once you are through, once you learn this and once you start liking this process, it's going to take 15 minutes to write a post. 3 posts a week, that's hardly 45 minutes. Even on a higher side, it will take 1.5 hours. I'm asking your 1.5 hours every week, that's it. What I generally do, whenever I get time, I just put out 2-3 posts, I just write it over, and then there is a, I'll show you that, there is a feature of scheduling. You can schedule your post. You can think like, post this today, this tomorrow, this after that you can do that. But just do that for 6 weeks. Just 6 weeks, that's it. Right, that's pretty much what can or what will help you. And again, what advantage that we have, say we have picked up a newspaper, let's pick up a very simple basic thing. You pick up a newspaper, today I think I was just reading the Business Standard, there was this Apple's 10 billion plant, there was some news around it, pick that up, read it, use AI to help you understand it, interpret it, help them, tell AI that, okay, help me convert that into a good post, it will give you, then you put your own perspective and post it. So essentially what I'm trying to tell, it's not going to take even 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So AI use the tools of AI, ChatGPT and all the other tools to empower you and do it things faster. Right? I told you that there is called something scheduling. Right? So first of all, how do you write a post? So here is a place, so this is your home page. You can start writing out here. Right? Simple, no harm. And you can see this button of watch. Schedule for later. Just click this and you decide when do you want to publish. So now what I do, twice a week I sit, half an hour each. I schedule out posts. This today, this tomorrow. There are certain good times where you should post. In India, anything after 9 PM belongs to Instagram. Swiping. Nobody read LinkedIn much that time. It's a good time to post. Generally, HR professionals, the companies, they get active in the morning. 8 to 10 is a very good time. 8 to 10 is a very good time. Then the next good time is around 4 to 7. 8 to 10 or 8 to 11, 4 to 7. The middle time is basically lunch, chit-chatting around. That's where less active. Don't make the mistake of writing at night. Unless you want to write something which is catering to the global audience. Writing something in the global audience. Otherwise, in India, the night time belongs to Instagram. That's the reality. Any questions? I'm trying to be as simple, as slow, as easy. But
what is the importance of hashtags in the post?
Hashtags importance, not for LinkedIn, but overall is very high. Like today you want to search something around a very specific topic. So you can just search it and the hashtag will give you. Say for example, I am a cricket fan, India won a very good test match today. So probably I can write Jasprit Bumrah hashtag. So all the posts relating to Jasprit Bumrah will come out. Now if you have written a post which has the relevance, but no mention of Jasprit Bumrah, your post will not. Go on a Google and use a hashtag. It is going to combine everything and give out all the content. So hashtag's importance not on LinkedIn but per se is there. So you feel some good content that you have written, use this and use some hashtags. Always do one thing which you should do and which I have done is pick up 3 profiles of people around you whom you admire. Like Kunal Shah, as I said, the owner of Cred, I was following him. A couple of people I followed. One of a local guy, like somebody who is in Ahmedabad, he's not a famous guy, something, but I picked him up 3. I actually sat and saw how they post the hashtags, how is their content, what do they post about. That will clarify at least 60 to 70% of our doubts. Our previous president, Aniket Talati, right? Like me and Aniket Talati, we were together in school, college, so we have done our CA together. Now he posts that, right? So probably somebody wants to put it like, okay, we can pick that up. Pick out, like for example, practicing CS, we can pick up, like let's do something. Pick up Big Fours. Let's pick out their partners. Somebody like you admire, like this is good, this is good. Pick 3 profiles and study them. That will clarify other your doubts. Other thing which you should do is, who is your competitor? Who has been doing phenomenally well? Pick that up, understand, start doing it. Personal branding is essential. Fair enough?
I think there are sometimes what happens when we prepare a post, assuming if I'm giving a session to an academy, very famous, and they have a lot of followers. So if I want to give a post that I've given an academy session over here, is it right to tag that academy?
Of course, yes. I so told, right? You are not a Virat Kohli. You are not a Narendra Modi. Nobody is judging you. What's the worst thing? The worst thing that can happen is they can come and kill you. But are they going to do that? You should tag. You should tag. See, companies love it. You saw that Zomato post? I tagged Zomato company. I tagged Dipinder Goyal. Reality is reality. And this is something this is what I was not making up a story, right? This is what is there in the market. That's it. You should tag. Because what happens is whenever you tag a company or tag a person, like Instagram and Facebook, what is asking to do is, whenever we are writing the post, similar way we can tag somebody. You write @ and probably mention the name of the company and that will get tagged. You should do that or not. Why should not? That company has around 1 lakh followers. You have taken a session where you just write it out. You just tag it. It is going to push it to their 1 lakh followers. It's going to help you. You should always do that. Right? So original content, use tools that you can. Main thing, and the last thing, consistency. Like as I said, like okay, when somebody is doing it, imagine somebody coming to you and tell you, sir, you are writing very well. On LinkedIn, will you write for me? Okay, sir, no, I don't write. I am my own firm. Ajay sir, then we won't want to give you work. You can easily, like you do this for 45 days, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever you can, but do it consistently. Trust me, you will start getting leads. The leads, the messaging, when I see, people start connecting with you. This guy, I had written something, he started connecting. Like I wrote something on technology. He told that AI, automation, data, let's connect. I don't know where he's from. I don't know how does he know me. And this is not for just India. I wrote an article on a US company. Coincidentally, how, I don't know, the founder of the company also connected. So it's an easy thing now. Right? Imagine you can connect to anybody and everybody. Dipinder Goyal is not going to listen to me ever. But I wrote this post and he would have read it. He would not have connected, but he would have read it. That's how easy or simple as it is. Fair enough?
So you have a page also. In the page you write articles, right? So your articles you have.
Page.
for example, some people will have a, like for example, some
Newsletter.
Newsletter. So in that,
That is a topic I will come. We have to discuss. One easy thing to do, probably somebody who is wanting to take up this challenge, make a group of 3 or 4, compete within yourself, pick up a niche, pick up a category on what you want to write. Simple. There's a girl called Tarjani. She is somebody who is good at GST. I gave her a simple thing. Pick up 25 days, a series of 25 days, 25 sections of GST. Explain in simple words. Simple words. Day 1, we are going to explain about this. Day 2, do it for 25 days. Boom, she was what? She told me, I don't remember, but she was like some 500,000 followers and she has around 7,000 connections right now. And what did she do? She did not learn anything new. She just did what we are doing. Some client coming to you and asking what we are doing, she did it, she wrote it. That's it, nothing new. Right? So that's the second aspect of content. Now the third, and probably the last concept, what we are going to do is start building connections. The moment you find somebody putting a good post, somebody writing it, you find it good and you have some value to add, go below and start commenting. Please do not comment, wow, great, that is not it. Start putting in some meaningful comments. Start putting meaningful comments. Like somebody has written this, you have a perspective, like okay, pretty much agree, but in addition to this, I believe that this is the things will be there. You are negating it, okay, I'm sorry, like what you have written is right, but as per me, this is it. What happens is that person's network also gets attracted to you. That also starts seeing that, okay, this guy or that guy has been writing well, he understands that well. Right? So start commenting meaningful information on the other's post. Please, meaningful. The worst thing and the easiest thing, which AI has happened, you ask, it will write, wow, great insights, fantastic. These are not comments, this is now another shortcut apart from being consistent. Say somebody has written something, I'll immediately go below and I'll post something. I'll show you something which happened with me. So we are into outsourcing also. One of my companies is into outsourcing also. So I had written something out here. There was this post, private equity and everything. And he had written this. And I started, but I would like to add out here. So he replied, now this is a person with around 50 years of experience of CPA. He could have easily ignored my comment. He chose to write, I reciprocated, he wrote it. Immediately now understand, I started, what was the outcome of this? I got at least 10 new connections in the CPA industry in US. 10 new connections. That's how we do. So meaningful conversations, you find out people, do that. And the moment you find somebody, you feel that you want to get connected, so you see this profile, you can go and you can start making connections. The moment you see this connect button, it will ask you, write a personalized note. Connect, send without a note. Okay. Personalize your invitation to this guy by adding a note. Add a note or send without a note. Send without a note means nothing. So that person will easily ignore you. Rather than doing that, go, I'll add in a note. What can I write as a note? So it was good. I think your post was on the private equity side was good. It was nice, and I would want to keep learning from you. It was nice. Somebody whom you have met, like probably you are here, you would have met, you would have interacted with somebody. So you can just send out a connection. Hi, Mr. This is Karthik. I think we met today at the SIRC event, interacted. Let's stay in touch. some conference has happened, like say for example we are talking about Zomato or any other company, some conference has happened in the past, so you can write out, hi Kunal, this is Rushabh, I am an investment banker, I am doing this. I saw your interview on that and it was phenomenal, I specifically like these points, and send out those connections. These people will value you, like what you have been following, right? One thing which should not be done is whenever you are sending this connection, do not send more than 10 connections in one day. Because the moment we go and bombard of 50-60 connections, one day, 2 days, third day they'll block you. Because LinkedIn will understand that you are a bot. Right? 10 connections every day. Right? Because as I said, you want to grow, it cannot be one-sided. You cannot have people only connecting with you, you also have to go and connect. Right? So let's start building that relationship. You know this guy called Tanmay Bhatt? He was there. So I think he got his biggest contract to that. Like there was something he had written over LinkedIn, and then Ranveer Alabadia, the beer biceps guy. Like somebody, Tanmay had written, or beer biceps had written something. Tanmay started and post like, okay, let's connect someday and do something together, and then they got connected. Though they are at a different level, but I'm just trying to tell you what can be done. So personalize your connection, try sending it. Then how many of us know that there is a QR code for LinkedIn that you can share? It's there on your mobile. Open up your mobile in the LinkedIn app. I think for the ones, there will be a top bar, search bar. You go there, click that as if you want to write it, and you see there is a QR code at the last. The moment you click a QR code, it will open a screen that this is your QR code, or else scan another QR code. So essentially you are out in here, rather than giving a card, somebody is coming to you, what this is what I do, I never carry my card. Somebody coming, sir, want to get connected. So you scan kar lo na mera QR code. Or else give me your QR code, I'll scan it. The connection gets in. Because you never know cards, who remembers the card, who stores the cards, right? So LinkedIn has a QR code. Go to your LinkedIn app, the search bar, upper it is written search. Click on that search. Click on that where you have to write, and see at the last there is a QR code button. You will find it. Those who cannot, probably will, after this session I can show you that thing. Right? Some basic other things which you want, you can do. I always measure the performance that I have. I always measure the performance of what I have written to understand what does the audience that I am writing for likes or doesn't like. So if I see, you can see out here, profile viewers, post impressions. 3,000 people have viewed my profile in the last 90 days. 3,000 people. You can click here, I think 90 days or 1 year, I don't know. Yeah, 90 days. It shows you how many profile viewers are there. That's make it to 365 days. That's how I generally measure. Not sure why it's not working right now. But that's one thing. Then this post impressions. This is the impressions, as I said, for last 7 days. So these are the analytics which LinkedIn generally provides. How many impressions you have done, how many followers have increased, how many profile viewers, things like this they provide. So I generally measure, and it's always good to measure those things for you also. One thing which was asked, like how many of us sitting out here as a firm have their monthly magazine or a newsletter going out to clients? We have a newsletter at your firm. So how many subscribers would be there? Or how many clients do you send to?
Subscriber of LinkedIn or
Newsletter, आपका firm का, if you have a firm's newsletter,
yes, magazine monthly we use.
so how many clients do you send to?
We have 25K.
25K people you send, right? And they are your clients or employees or everybody, right?
Everybody.
Right? How do you send? Like you have you have
LinkedIn, one is the LinkedIn. Another one that we have an internal communication through that one.
okay.
Link we used to share to download that magazine in a PDF.
Okay. So this now he has been doing it. How many of us have ever thought something which we wanted to do, but we have not been doing? Is there anybody who wanted to do or something like that? If not, and if you want to do now, LinkedIn has a wonderful feature called newsletters, where you do not have to remember, you do not have to individually store the email IDs and everything. You can create your newsletter out here on LinkedIn. You can create your newsletter. See, you have 3 options here. Start a post, you can put out a media, you can have a job, or you can write an article. Just write an article and it is going to ask you. I already have my 2 newsletters working. I'll tell you what are those newsletters. First newsletter is I read a lot, books, not fiction but management and business books. So I generally pick up some good thing which I have studied, rather than sharing it on WhatsApp. I just make a good small brief post and share it. And I made a newsletter, right? So know nothing on the knowledge front like what you have been doing, sir. And another is cricket. I am a cricket fan. I watch cricket. I understand like cricket is a business. I always say that now. It's a business now. With all these IPLs and everything going on. I just picked up that, make some good post and write it. And you want to see the impact now? There are 2 newsletters that I have, as I said. One is The Next Read. Your fortnightly dose of learnings. And it has 2,382 subscribers. And I have the another one which is called Insights by Cricket Fanatics. It has more than 17,040 subscribers. And I'll show you one of the articles what I have written. I have just written 9 editions. For this 2,400 subscribers, I have written only 9 small newsletters. I'll pick up something. So this is what I have written, simple, small thing which I read. That's it. So this is on a general basis what I have done. Probably for somebody wanting to start their newsletter of their firm, start using this. This gives you an advantage of sending the newsletter to unknown people who are interested also. You should not worry that only clients will do this, and LinkedIn has a good process that you just write the newsletter and publish it. It will automatically send in the mail to all the subscribers who subscribe. So I have 2,382 subscribers. I write an article right now. It will automatically go to all these 2,382 people on their email. I don't have to do anything. LinkedIn already has the email ID. LinkedIn already has everything. So they are using it. Why should we use it? If you are comfortable till this thing, then you should think about taking LinkedIn Premium. There is something called LinkedIn Premium, where you have a lot of different variants available. So for job you have, for recruitment you have, for finding customers there is something called LinkedIn Sales Navigator, where you can go and find out customers. That I want to have a pharma company based out of Chennai, want to do an internal audit, so I want to meet their F&A head. You can easily meet through that Sales Navigator. But that is something, before that you should do this. And once you are doing this, LinkedIn Sales Navigator or LinkedIn Business is freely available for 60 days. Use it for free first. Embrace yourself whether you are ready to do that. Only after that you should think around it. Doing it. Fair enough. Probably now we'll open up the audience. Feel free to ask anything. Don't feel that how can I ask such a basic questions, because had I been thinking the same, I would not have been here, because 2 years before, as I said, I was a participant in one of the seminars like this. Just made me curious, asked 10 questions, learned a lot of things, and today we are. And as I said, 70% of the work today I get through LinkedIn. I don't need to, probably it's a good thing, and essentially it can be good to you. So for you, just to give you a monetary perspective, one of my friends started doing this for his CA firm. He generates roughly around 1.5 to 2 lakh worth of business every month through LinkedIn clients. So the tagging that we do, this client has come from where? From where? LinkedIn. He essentially does a 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees of business per month through LinkedIn. Opening up for questions. I think the newsletter
the doubt which I had.
Yeah.
To take this forward.
Any other questions?
Sir, for firm, we need to create a separate account, or we need
Page. You have to create a page.
for firm, we need to create a separate page. How do we create the pages?
So when you go here to your profile,
Yes, sir.
right? You have this option called me, and it has this manage post activity, and there is this company. So you can create a post over here. So you can see that you can create a page, just like a Facebook page. It can be a page,
Okay.
right? Again, I generally use LinkedIn Premium, so it also gives me a feature of seeing who visited your profile. I don't want to honestly see who visited, who not, but I generally use it from the perspective of which post I have written and who people are there. Like I do M&A, so once in a while I write a good post on M&A, and that is the time at least 10-15 people will start getting connected, will view your profile, will do that. There's this newspaper called Mint, right? We know that, right? Mint newspaper. So there's this guy called Neil Borate. He generally writes on personal finance. He wrote a post, did that. He viewed my profile. I took a risk, start writing. Hi Neil, I've been reading articles, it was good, I learned a lot. Thank you for inspiring and would love to get connected. He reciprocated. Hey Rushabh, thanks. Good to know that. We have extended mobile numbers also. No harm.
What about recommendations?
Sorry?
Recommendations. Generally people recommend you, or
Yeah, so that's
think about your skills or things like that.
so that is something like a testimonial. Yeah. So
What I find is that people mutually, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Sort of an attitude where people I don't know have spoken about me, which is very surprising for me. So does this really give that sort of a genuinity aspect to the profile? Do people really trust what is written on your LinkedIn?
prior to 2017, recommendations had a very high probability of using those to actually recommend a user algorithm. But this is a company worth 2 lakh crores. They also know the reality. As you said, I can tell everybody of you to go there and write something, but that's not going to be genuine, right? So now, as you see, recommendations have come exactly to the bottom, and the relevance of recommendations have decreased. After that recommendations, they started something called endorsements. I endorse you for financial auditing, I endorse you for this. But again, it was same thing. I started sending 100 invites, you endorse me for this. People started, so I would have 100 endorsements, but nothing works. Nothing works. Now the people, what you do is you genuinely value something, then people will write a post about it. Okay, I work with this guy, and the mechanism, the professionalism of this is very good. Like, he is working well, his insights are this, that reciprocates. So that's what people do now. Because this social media network, their algorithms keep on changing. That keeps on changing. Earlier to this, there are hashtags like if people have been using LinkedIn from quite some time. Earlier it used to recommend you hashtags. This post is good, you should keep this file. It has stopped it. Because people are misusing it, and they always periodically revise their algorithms.
So regarding this email visibility, whether you have to give for everyone or the security and all,
you can avoid. It's not necessary that you should give. You can keep it private.
No, you want to improve the business and all, obviously you have to give to everybody.
But they can connect you on a LinkedIn Messenger. So what will people do is?
No phone numbers.
No, I have a phone number and email ID is there. But I have not made it public. So somebody wants to come, so they can always come and do me a DM here. They can do me a DM.
Okay.
They'll do this.
From that you can connect them.
Yeah, they'll connect.
That is why security wise and all.
Yeah, that's something, as you can see, this is there. You use Gmail?
Yeah.
Google, yes?
Yeah.
It's quite sarcastic to tell them, please don't worry about security because you are using Gmail. On a lighter note. Yeah, sir is that question. Deepak Raiga, right? If I can name.
Sir, one small thing, that personal branding and firm branding in the social platform, which is better actually?
Personal.
Okay.
Why? So see, it depends. Earlier was a time, Infosys, when we mentioned Infosys, it was going to be Narayan Murthy. Earlier. Now it's reverse. Kunal Shah, who Kunal Shah? Acha, owner of Cred. You will not show Cred's owner as Kunal Shah. That's how things have changed. But in today's world, we don't know because you and me are not at that stature. We should do both. So say for example, there is a good update, you have done a good budget analysis. Let's pick up a very realistic case, budget has come, you've done a good analysis. Use that to some good content, budget, break down the budget into 7 different topics. Post one topic every day on your firm's page, post it on your firm's page and you repost it with your thoughts. So we just evaluated this and this is going to be interesting now. That gives you both visibility, firm as well as this. But always try to increase your personal branding. So I mentioned about our dear friend and honorable ex-president, Aniket Talati. What is his firm's name? The answer to personal branding versus firm branding.
So the repost can be post without dots. We can do one analysis from the firm's name. Then that we can repost from our
personal ID.
Without giving any thoughts. Right?
Yeah, but see, the moment you do it without any thoughts, the algorithm doesn't work well.
Okay.
No harm writing just a couple of lines.
Okay.
Like, had a great time evaluating or analyzing this thing. It's a must read for everybody in my network.
So what is your views on LinkedIn promoting video campaigning?
LinkedIn has viewed, the reason is, so we use
because if you see the post these days, even if I'm reading a text, the video will pop up like Instagram. They tempt us to go to video. Like these days I'm reading like last 3 days.
That's the Instagram account. And a real number, around 78% of the videos that are seen today on Reels or anything are on mute. Are seen on mute. Think about yourself. You are sitting out somewhere, you are getting bored in a social function. You have gone out with the family, some function you don't want to listen. You start scrolling and seeing Reels, and that's where you start. You cannot increase the volume, right, in front of everybody. So you do that. So LinkedIn thought like, okay, video content is getting promoted. So they started pushing LinkedIn content, video content, and any video that you post, they started giving captions, auto captions.
Yes.
So anybody wanting to post anything on video, you just post it, LinkedIn automatically will pick up and do an actual caption, they will write on it. So my recent post was on video format only, by the way. I am a no video guy. I don't like putting videos. For people who have just got kids recently, Coco Melon, heard about this name, Coco Melon? I think
Nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme, right? I read about it. The colors of Coco Melon cartoons are similar to the casino machines, because they want to keep the child attracted. Every year in the research conference, what they do, they make a kid come, start a cocomelon here, and they put a smaller TV out there also, where they show some basic life activities, like somebody is pouring coffee, cutting hair, two people just walking around, something like doing that. So the kid is watching cocomelon. The moment the attention of kid shifts to that, that is the point they get noticed. Boss, this is what is losing attention. Change this. So they actually effectively made all the videos so that the kid always keeps their attention on cocomelon. And I think for people who have had kids of even 6 months, the moment they listen to cocomelon, they will leave out everything, right? That cannot be a coincidence. That is a scientific method. So that my last post was on that, and it was a video format. I don't know whether it will work or not. See, the captions and everything will come. And this is actually what happens for people who have kids. So video is being pushed. If you're comfortable, do. If you're not, don't do. Depends. Just be consistent. Whatever you do, be consistent. Take up that challenge. 45 days. Let's kill it. When I started, my number of followers was 465. Like this was on 1st January 2023. Today there are some 8,000 plus followers, or close to 8,000. But more than that, meaningful connections have been done. I'm a cricket fan, as I said. Any cricket fans out here, they would know what's a hotspot technology, right? DRS, hotspot. So I wrote a post on DRS and hotspot, and the owner of hotspot, they had connected with me on LinkedIn. Gentlemen, I think the numbers that you put is wrong. So that's how I get connected, and that's no harm getting connected with people. Simple.
So I have a WhatsApp group wherein around 800 members are there, just to discuss on the GST related aspects. Okay. So what I have done recently to ensure that many people are getting benefited, I have used that join my link kind of thing. In that blue, they join my website. So using that, can I also mention the link of joining newsletters which I have?
Okay. Yeah. One more thing on this. What LinkedIn doesn't like. LinkedIn never will like when you have written something and you share a post which takes you to an external website. LinkedIn, or as a matter of fact, no social media platform likes it when you put something and you go to another post. Example, Instagram. Can you post a link on Instagram? No. LinkedIn allows. But the moment you write a post and you show that, okay, this is the link to that article, so effectively once a person clicks, that will go to that platform. LinkedIn doesn't like it. So instead, what should be done in post it out. Link to this is in the first comment. Always put the links in the first comment. That's how it works.
And what about the idea of joining my group in the profile section? That is good or that?
Oh yeah, of course yes. Of course yes. I hope the session made sense. Any questions? Maybe somebody as aged seniors are also there. I think so. It would have been actually been useful, something like that.
Sir, we have a startup. Like we have started consulting 2 years back. Like we have 5 friends together. So now we want to develop like this kind of pages and all those things. Should we hire a person to take care of the content strategy, something like that, or should we do it because time is the only? We always
1.5 hours a week,
but
between 5. And you are telling that time is over.
No, we are all doing 5 different scale of delivery.
1.5 hours per week, 24/7, sir.
No, but what if there are some firms who are having a LinkedIn social marketing team who takes care of their content, all those things?
Will they provide the value exactly as you are doing?
They'll get the content reviewed. So I have not seen that whether that works practically or should we actually spend time.
I am very against that. I don't think so. You should give to outsiders. It's your content, your skills, your things. You should not. You can get reviewed like that metadata, SEO, that's okay. Doesn't matter much. But you should write your own content. Rather than going to an agency, use AI tool, buy out $20 Chat GPT subscription. It will do a far better job than an external agent.
Sir, also sometimes some people are posting with bold, italics. I'm not able to do that. Is there tools available in this?
Nothing. Who does that? Who wants to highlight themselves?
No, there are some, for example, there will be a Supreme Court or High Court judgment. Now I have to summarize that. I use the Chat GPT, they summarize it very good.
But the bold and italic, they are
not coming in LinkedIn.
So they have LinkedIn, you can Google it, they will give you an option, but that is not good. If your content is shitty, then you use it. But if you have valuable content gets value. I never use anything like this, but I wrote an actual fact. I picked up the screenshot of Zomato. I didn't do any storytelling or anything. Simple post. I don't do all these things. That's a social media strategy and for all of things. We don't need it, to be honest.
For us, it's repetitive content. Example, judgment analysis. It has to look attractive. Summarizing, any AI can do. If I
look at it.
I have seen people using bold and italics. I'm not able to do that.
But why do you want to?
Why I'm not able to do it? I'm not able to understand.
You can do a Google. So there are certain additional tools that you have to buy.
Is it separate?
No, buy. There are free tools. You can go create content and copy paste. That's it. Nothing new. But whenever do something like there is some good article that you created, like okay, TDS. Let's example somebody of you was thinking I'm wanting to write on TDS. Break down that article into small things.
Okay.
Understand one thing that the users do not want to read long things. There is a reason reels are working better than videos. There is a reason why YouTube shorts are working better than long videos. The attention span is decreasing. That's actually what happens in reading. Short content, you're a good Supreme Court judgment, break it out into 3 parts. Post one day daily. Don't bombard everything in one go. Pick one topic, explain it in simplest of steps. That will help. First of all, the one post gets into 3. And second, the readability increases. Because a long post, nobody cares. Anything else? Fair enough, then we will wind up then. Thank you for being a very wonderful and interactive audience. Anything else? I already shared, so they pass on my mail ID and everything. Always available on LinkedIn. The most used app by me is LinkedIn. That's what I do generally. But effectively I use it because it gives me work. Nothing wrong in it. Right? Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.